Given the depth you guys have at receiver, is it tougher losing Devon as a person, as a leader, as a quality guy, than it is losing him as a player, or are they equally the same in terms of the toughness?
Well, I mean, yeah, you don't even the depth, all that stuff. You don't. There's not a lot of that talk of that initially, just in terms of, particularly with him. I mean, that's like getting struck by lightning twice. Of how that occurred, and I mean, it's the physics of that. I want to know the odds of how. It's just incredible. Very unfortunate for him personally, and he's a guy that is revered around here, and he'll bounce back. How great of a guy is that? Is he's apologizing after the game. That kid's apologizing after the game for it to happen, and very unfortunate. Obviously, he and Tyrell we won't have them on the field this year, but there'll be huge integral parts of rallying everybody up. And as far as the football is concerned, we move on.
Do you expect Devon to play again here?
Don't know.
What does the outlook look like for Royce and how much he'll play on Saturday, and if you guys will rely more on the backup running backs?
We'll see. He looked great today, and we'll see.
Dakota and Darren perhaps don't have the chemistry that Darren and Vernon Adams had last season. With the chemistry between a quarterback and receiver, is there something you can do to work on that in practice, or is that just kind of extra reps afterwards?
Well, that's every rep of practice. That's one thing just in terms of some of the execution things. Every rep matters. And so, how we practice the quarterbacks and the receivers, wideouts, tight ends, everybody, sometimes they're separate, working individually with each group, and sometimes they're all together. But the route timing always has to be consistent, always has to be live, always has to, have that urgency of a game deciding whatever 2-point conversion or a game deciding play, and that's one of the hard lessons of a game like that is we're a half second here, a yard there, or a tip, whatever it may have been, and every one of those lessons that you harp on as a coach is it hits home that much more. And so hopefully we will respond well. We have responded well to this point. Our guys worked very, very hard yesterday and today, like their urgency, like their volume. A lot of times after a loss, it's very quiet in terms of when you get back out there. But they have stuck together and competed really well.